Thank you so much. Welcome once again to Apex One Radio. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are listening to us or watching us from your own corner of the world. It's a wonderful pleasure to have you back on radio this beautiful Saturday, the 16th of August, 2023. We are back on radio to talk sports and most especially soccer. I'm talking about soccer. The National Veterans Tournament kicks off in Ohio in just a fortnight, and so preparations are heating up. Right, so welcome to this segment of broadcast. Marcel Adig is the producer, and for hosting this evening, we are two of us. There is Ernest Kanjo in Ohio, and of course,
we have MC Leo down in Dayton.
So we are broadcasting live from Dayton and from Columbus. So once again, thank you so much, Ernest Kanjo and MC Leo, with this new edition of NVT Ball Rolling. Mr. Leo, how are you today?
I am doing great, thank you, Ernest, and it's a pleasure to be here on live with you to talk soccer here, to talk NVT 2025.
So I was dating this Saturday afternoon. It's a very, very hot, really hot day here in Columbus.
It's same temperature out here in Dayton, and I'm assuming it's going to be the same in Colorado. The temperature this afternoon hit up a high of, I think, 96 earlier this afternoon, but I think the temperature is coming down right now, and should be a good day, a nice weekend, and we are hoping that the National Veterans Weekend that comes up in less than 2 weeks hit a good temperature where the teams can compete and have a nice time out in Westchester, Ohio.
Right. We are hoping for good weather condition during that period. And I guess this may play to the advantage of teams that are coming from very warm states like California, Arizona, Texas, those states that usually have very high temperature, high temperatures.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Well, we hope for the best, and we pray that the gods of soccer will be with us and give us those good temperatures to play in whatever conditions we find ourselves.
Right. And so, talking about soccer, we've been on radio this past couple of weeks to share information about the clubs that will be taking part in the National Veterans Tournament. And so, tonight, we will be zooming on Colorado Veterans Soccer Club, which will be heading for Ohio as well. Well, they have their own story to share. So, Mr. Leo, if you are ready, then I think we can go. Correct?
Yes, we are. I'm ready. Let's hit the road.
Let's hit the road. NVT Ball Rolling. Let's go.
Welcome to the NVT series, your all-access pass to the road leading up to the 2025 National Veterans Tournament. Right here on Apex One Radio, where every kick, every play, every moment comes alive. As the countdown to America's biggest veterans soccer showdown ticks on, we dive deep into the clubs, the players, the rivalries, and the passion driving them. This is where legacy meets fire, and tactics spark unforgettable stories. Get ready. It's time to meet the teams, hear the voices, and feel the heat. Let the countdown begin, and let the beautiful game play on. The journey? Oh yes, it continues right here.
Yes, you're welcome to Apex One TV, where we are on another edition of Get the Ball Rolling for the NVT 2025, which is just preparing to kick off in 13 days. On today, in the NVT 2025, we have 47 teams that will be competing, and we only have one champion that will take the day. Now, we have been in the studio, Ernest has been in the studio, trying to get an insight of what those teams' preparations are in the upcoming event. Today, we are in the studio with the one and only Colorado veterans. It is 6:14 p.m. in Dayton. It is 6:14 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is 4:14 in Colorado. And joining us here tonight, we have the Colorado veterans that will give us their story, their insight, and what their ambitions are coming up to 2025 NVT. So here we want to welcome Mr. Joe, the NVT representative, and Mr. Samuel, who is the treasurer. Gentlemen, you are welcome to Apex One TV on this edition of NVT Ball Rolling.
Thanks for having us.
It's a pleasure having us to give you our own side of the story.
Thank you. Mr. Joe, you are the representative, and the team believes in you, and that is why they want you to be their representative, and they know that with these ambitions given to you, you are able to pull the team, and you are able to represent the team, and the team will rely on your perspective. What do you have to say? Let's just say, give us an introduction of yourself, and before we get this rolling.
Well, I'm Joe Abam. I will say probably the creator of or the pioneer of Colorado veterans joining NVT. Well, it's been a long way. I've been here in Colorado for over 20 plus years. So it is delighting to join other brothers on the other part of the US and the world at large.
Perfect, excellent, excellent with that, and that is exactly what is going to go on in this NVT. And we know it is not only the US. There are teams coming up from Canada that will be represented in this NVT. So it's becoming a very large event. It's becoming that event where it brings not only Cameroonians together, but it brings the world together, because we don't only have Cameroonians playing there. So Ernest, before we proceed, I will let you say something before we go ahead.
And so we are live from Ohio, conjunctionally from Columbus and from Dayton. Mr. Leo and Ernest hosting this edition of the show. And our guests are key leaders of Colorado Veterans FC, one of the teams that will be taking part in the NVT this year. Simon or Mr. Mocha Samuel is the treasurer of Colorado Vets FC. He now joins us live from Colorado. Samuel, welcome to the program. How are you today?
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. How is the state of Colorado this Saturday evening?
Oh.
Okay, we're having technical issues with Samuel. He will join us again. But let me just go back to Joe. Joe, how old is Colorado Veterans? And could you take us back to when this team was created and what was going on before this team came to the limelight?
Well, Mr. Ernest, thanks for this opportunity to throw more light and to make our team known to the US and everywhere in the world. People watching, I think we've gone a long way. We started in Colorado as African King. That was back in like 2004. So we played competitions here before NVT was ever thought of coming up. So we played to like 2012. That African King was dead, and we all just hanging around and playing. And then in 2016, 2017, we begin to come up together. A bunch of guys just came up and said, okay, let's be having our Sunday shop. So guys were grouping up and they put a rule that if you come late, then you're going to stay out. So that's how people start showing more interest. Then I was very busy. I was not taking part. But then when I had chance, that was 2019, 2020, that I came in now and said, okay, guys, we need to organize. Then NVT has started. We heard about it, but we were not ready for it yet. So we keep practicing, and then we had our first friendly. That was with the Houston Veteran Tournament, a Houston Veteran team. So we went and played them there. And then when we came back, I asked the guys, so now you have seen what soccer is all about. It's not just because we're calling it here troisième mi-temps. Means people just come to play, and then you had rivalries. Guys who say, okay, you know, you're not going to be able to pass on my wing. I'm going to block you. I'm going to lock you down. So as we were evolving, we went and played this tournament, the friendly in Houston. Then when we came back, I said, okay, guys, let's assess ourselves. What do we want to become going forward? Do we just want to be the Santé guys, or do we want to be a veteran? So that was when the veteran team was born. That was 2020, in the midst of COVID. So within that period, we built a team since everybody was passionate about being a veteran. So I pushed that, okay, if everybody accept, then we should go in for the veteran tournament. So that's how we get into the veteran tournament. We registered, and the good thing, the Houston that we ever played our first friendly was the one hosting our very first veteran tournament game. So while we put up this team and go to Houston,
can you guys hear me?
We had a good time.
Thank you, Joe. It's a very interesting, and it's a very interesting story how they came about.
Right.
Like the Santé guys, and veterans has always been that Santé. So Mr. Samuel is back. So Mr. Samuel, as the treasurer, I know you have more insight about this. I have a lot to ask about the creation, but before we get to that, is the veterans of Colorado veterans, are they registered as a non-profit organization in the state of Colorado?
Yes, we're registered as a non-profit, but not as a 501c yet. We're just a non-profit. We're looking at taking our status to a 501c3, but then since we just changed administration, the new administration has a responsibility to take us to the 501c3. But right now, we are a registered entity.
Perfect. So I know you guys have given us a rundown of how you started about 2000 and actually I want to dare you to say you started in 2004 with the Santé, as you said. It sounds like you guys have been around there quite a while to take care of this. So can you, as old members, as veterans of Colorado, because they look up to you, the new guys look up to you when they come up, everybody is, I want to believe that everybody is looking at the clock and like, am I 35 yet so that I can join the veterans? How do you interact with the immigrant community in Colorado? You know, you guys are far away, and it's a little bit different on how you guys do over there. So how do you interact with that? I guess what I'm asking is, how do you bring those young men? How will you convince me to come to Colorado?
Oh, okay. Well, for sure, we're trying to see how we can use soccer to first of all convince people to. That's just one of the ways we're trying to use it, because Colorado is all about the community, very small one, whereby you see people, they are really interrelated. If you see like 10 people in Colorado, out of those 10 people, at least 2 or 3 are directly related.
I guess
Looks like
I guess we want to take. Sorry, Kanjo, I was about to just. I'm like, I guess we want to take. I don't know if Mr. Joe can answer that. It looks like we're having a little bit connectivity issue a lot with Samuel. If Joe can help us finish his statement, then we'll proceed. If not, we'll just go to our next thing.
Okay, well, our team is a community-based team. It's not just when they talk of a veteran, don't mean that it should be just Cameroonian. Our community is wide and broad here, so we include other African. I mean, anybody that is above 35 and above, we accept you regardless of where you come from. So our community is a diverse community, which means, we do community events, and then we also have our own community games that we played here. So in that, we recruit players from the other teams that are based in the community. So it's not just made of Cameroonians.
Perfect. One other thing I want to ask you, talk about recruitment. What is the membership strength of a Colorado veteran?
Well, our membership, we put it since we look at it, we don't want to scare people with money. So we say, community first, and then there's no community function without finance. So our membership fee, we said registration should be like $50, and your membership or your annual dues should be like $300. So once you pay a $50, you are a member, and then your annual dues is $300.
So with that, I have a little bit of follow up. What is the membership is called? How many members are actually members of the Colorado veteran? 50, 60?
Well, for now we have I can say about give and take 40. Perfect. That have paid their membership.
Okay. So you guys have just around the ballpoint player pack numbers. And then the last thing before we go for a quick musical break. How do wives, sisters, daughters of Colorado members support the club?
Well,
I mean, you guys are members. You've got to have wives and children, and how do you get that support from them to boost you guys up?
Well, here is we try to bring our spouses. Me for one, I'll tell my wife was there at our very first NVT tournament, and she was very helpful. So with that, we brought it and say, hey, let's even see if we can create the wife wing of our team. So that is still in the pipe work, and we want to even create the wife to have their own team. So it's something in the working, it's difficult to put people that they really don't have the interest in soccer together.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So we're working on that.
Perfect. That makes sense, and it will be a great thing because sometime to come, I think we'll also be having a women competition in the NVT. So we'll take a musical break, and we'll be right back.
You're still locked into the NVT series on Apex One Radio, where every pass, every play, and every voice counts. Coming up next, more insights, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes action from the clubs making headlines on the road to the 2025 National Veterans Tournament. Don't go anywhere. The game is just heating up. Stay with us.
Thank you. Welcome back. Don't go too far. The game is with us, and welcome again to this edition of NVT Ball Rolling with Apex One TV, where we are bringing you every segment of trying to get those teams, 47 teams that will be participating in the National Veterans Tournament coming up here in about 13 days, just barely less than 2 weeks before the kickoff in Westchester, Ohio, proudly hosted by the Columbus veterans. Unfortunately, Joe, I told you earlier that you are the team rep, and the team trusts you, and I think that's why you are the one left here to talk about the team. We've been having a little bit of technical issues there, trying to get others to connect. But while you are here, how many teams do you have? How many team members? I know you told me about the number, about 40. How many of those 40 members are truly soccer players? You know, like back in the days when they talk of veterans, they always say they think and mimbo and chop. So how many people are actually players of the veteran that you are proud of them to take them to Columbus to Ohio when the time comes?
Well, it's been a challenge. I wouldn't sit here and tell you that is merry making. We have a lot of challenges having players, but I'm telling you, this year is going to be different. We are having more than we have ever come to NVT with. So watch out for Colorado in the NVT coming up. So our players, we should have about 30 players going to NVT.
That is that would be a record number. And as you say, watch out. I want to promise you, Apex One TV's camera will be on Colorado, watching for the output. With that, how many do you have? Any professional players that played professionally before they are coming now to play with you guys as veterans?
Well, no, not. But I think, well, for me, before I came here, I played second division in Cameroon before coming here. So I was coming thinking it was something that I could push. But when I got here, the opportunities were enormous. That soccer then is not soccer now. So I did not continue with that. And for my team, I think we might have other few players that played second division. But, you know, usually on the soccer field, it don't matter whether you play pro or you play where you play. It's about playing at the moment. So I'll just tell you, we're going to play at the moment.
They're definitely going to play when the time comes. Colorado Veterans FC getting set for Ohio 2025. Created just a couple of years ago, they have stood their test of time and are ready to continue the NVT story. This year it is Ohio. So in 13 days, over 47 clubs will converge on this beautiful state to continue the passion for the beautiful game, the game of soccer. This is Apex One Radio, listening to a fresh edition of NVT Ball Rolling, reaching you live from Columbus and from Dayton with Ernest and MC Leo. Marcel Adig is the producer of the show. 26 minutes to 7 here in the studio of Apex One Radio. Same time in Dayton. Then it's exactly 4:34 in Colorado from where our guest is speaking. MC Leo.
Welcome back again. This is Apex One TV, and we are here giving you minute or every second of what is going on. And from our team, from Colorado Veterans, we have Joe, the team representative. With that, Joe, so what, if I want to dare you, what are those key players? Are there any players that everybody should look for in the NVT? You know, let's say we are playing for a selection for the national team. Are there any players that we should be looking out for, or can you dare to give me your players' names and positions and what they can do? I know that's a tough question. That would have been for your coach, but as a team representative, you represent everything the team stands for.
Well, we have fairly good players. I mean, if you were to come and look, because the previous NVTs, we've gone there, and anybody watching will say that is a true veteran team, because all our guys, we cross-check and make sure that, you know, you are at age or above. But playing-wise, you know, we have exceptional players in our team that, you know, you could take it forward. You have like you have Teres, you have Max, you have Jerome, you have Schweibo. Schweibo, take Schweibo out, because he's not been playing with us for a little while. There are other players that, you know, the names cannot just cannot come in my mind, in my memory now, but I think we have fairly good players that, you know, you can build a solid team with.
Perfect. I mean, understandable. So as we gear up, we have just 13 more days to go. 13 days to see who is going to be the champion. 13 days for everybody to converge in the flight state of Ohio. What are your training tactics? How often do you train?
Well, for that too, since we are here mountain high, so we train every Saturdays, and then individual trainings, we said do it as much as you can, but we meet every Saturdays for, you know, putting a game plan together and practicing, getting to really know each other. So there's a saying that is not how much you eat, but is how tasty the food is in your mouth, that you got to enjoy it. So we are saying it's not how much we practice, but it's how much we're going to play on the field that matters.
That sounds like wisdom to me. So if I may dare you, just one more question about game and game statistics. It's a little bit loaded question. So I know you have been around a little bit. How are your competitions? How is there a game? If you can give us statistics, how many trophies have Colorado Veterans won? What are those games that you were like, we begin to win that game? And what are those games that you said, well, we went to this competition for a draw, or for a draw, or for a lose, or for a loss, and we had a win? Are there some of those games you can vividly remember?
Oh, very much well. With our first NVT participation, man, that was telling. We were in the group with Gwinnett and Allen in Texas. So, man, our first game was with one team. I think I cannot remember. So we played, and man, they beat us. No, our first game. Okay, let me not. Well, we played Gwinnett. Our second game. No, I think it's our first game. So Gwinnett had played with Allen, and it was a tough game for both of them. So Gwinnett ended up winning Allen 1-0. Now our game with Allen, that was a game. I'm sure because we were new, they said, man, these guys, we're just going to harvest our points from them and score them more goals. So when we played Gwinnett, and we beat Allen 5-1. Now, Gwinnett that played with Allen was panicking. They didn't want to meet us because just getting the scores, and they were there watching the game. They see what we did to Gwinnett, to Allen, and then when we were playing them, we came. It was our last group stage game, and we came with that momentum. We're playing, and there was an infringement that our player was. We missed the ball, or they intercepted the ball, and then they passed it to their goalkeeper. So my 9 was coming back, and the goalkeeper passed the ball to him. So we took the ball and go to score. The ref blew that was offside. So with that demoralizes us, and that was against Gwinnett. So from there we play, and with our morals going down, Gwinnett end up beating us 2-1. So if you want to ask about a game that had passion, that was the game. Gwinnett and Kolovet.
That is an interesting one. And Funny Chiki would say, until the referee blows the final whistle, never underestimate a team. Until the 90 minutes is blown, don't think that you want the team going into the competition. So, things like that do happen, and we are hoping that the management this year has taken all of that into consideration. It's a learning curve for every competition, and they have taken all of those flaws into consideration, and we are hoping to see the best of the best competition in Ohio this year. So with that, do you guys play local competitions?
Yes, I was going to that. So, here in Colorado, we have try to create our own local veteran tournament. So it started last year. This year is the second edition, and we've been the champion for the 2 seasons that has occurred. So we are the champions. We have 2 trophies from the veteran tournament locally played here in Colorado. Other than that, we still have other tournaments that we play. We even do play friendly. We play friendly like with Congo, Ghana, Ethiopians. So, I mean, we are very wide open here in Colorado. We have various competitions that goes on. And with that, we also have in our region, we have the Mountain West Veteran Tournament. So it's the second edition. The first edition, we play where we register, but at the end, the guys did not show up, so we did not participate. The second edition, we participated and we came third. No, we came fourth. So as it is growing, we also are growing. So hopefully, we are looking at taking trophies or champions on whatever tournament that we are involved in.
He's speaking live from the Peak State, the state of Colorado, one of the states that is quite involved with sports. Colorado is also a mountainous state, precisely Colorado Springs, where you have the mountains. And so people climb up the mountain and down every day. That means everyone who practices sports in that state is always physically viable. And so are the physically viable men who will be hitting the road for Ohio later this month for the 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament. This is Apex One Radio, 15 minutes to 7 here in the studio, same time in Dayton. This show is conjunctionally hosted by Ernest and Mr. MC Leo. MC Leo.
Yes, Ernest, like you said, it's exactly 15 minutes to 7 here in Ohio, and it's also 15 minutes to 5 in Colorado, where we have our host team talking to us and giving us an insight of how the Colorado veterans have pulled up since the creation. So, Mr. Joe, I know, like you said, and Ernest also said the same thing. It's a mountainous situation, and that is why the network is giving us a little bit of trouble and we are having technical difficulties connecting to others. But why we have you here tonight, so if you are going to, let's say you are coming to the NVT with every team, 47 teams, everybody want to lift up the trophy. And I must applaud you, like you said before, you guys came to your first NVT, and you had, I will call that a big run, because most teams that come to the NVT for the first year, they end up going home with 0 wins and maybe 0 goals. So you guys did great on your first NVT. So I would like to ask you, how many NVTs has Colorado been part of?
Ever since Houston, we've been part of it. So this will be the 5th year that we're taking part. I mean, we have been keeping our faith strong in NVT. So this will be the 5th year.
Perfect. That's great. Great. 5th year participating in the NVT. And if you are coming to the NVT, this has been your 5th year, so you've seen every inside and outside of the NVT. If I may ask you, what teams are every team is, when you look at the aggregate on how to get to the top, every team is looking at, okay, if this team wins this team, we don't have to play them. If this other team wins this team, we have to play them. So we have to win this game in order to play this other team. What are those teams that, one, I might say you don't want to meet them until the final, and 2, what are those teams that you want to play them quickly up to the final? If you can recall any of the teams in the NVT. Are there any in your mind, or any team is a winning team for you?
Mr. Leo, we all know born of a fee, man. You cannot sit and say this team is better than you until you get to the field. So for that, I will not tell you that I want to meet this now and I want to meet that later. No, everything is preparation. And sometimes you might have all the good players. For example, Boston, they brought good players back home spend bulk of money, but did they ever get to the finals? Everybody was thinking that Boston was gonna be at the finals, but they never got there. So I think we sometimes look, I know pundits will look and say, no, this team is going to go further. But all I would just tell in plain terms, the ball is played on the field and that ball is round. It doesn't take side. So I'll just leave it at that. That are going prepared. Whoever we meet, we play. We win, good. We lose, better.
That sounds like some words of wisdom. And with that, we'll take a little interlude of break. And we will be right back again. This is Apex One Radio, giving you the NVT Ball Rolling leading up to the 47 teams about to converge in Ohio for the NVT National Tournament. We will be right back. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
You're still locked into the NVT series on Apex One Radio, where every pass, every play, and every voice counts. Coming up next, more insights, exclusive interviews, and behind-the-scenes action from the clubs making headlines on the road to the 2025 National Veterans Tournament. Don't go anywhere. The game is just heating up. Stay with us.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. The game is just hitting us. And we are again on this session of the NVT Ball Rolling, coming up on the Apex One Radio, where we are giving you an understanding of the insight into every team that will be converging in the flight state of Ohio, down near Westchester on the 30th of September this month, and leading to the weekend where we will have a soccer playing, and it's going to be competition of 47 teams. And those 47 teams coming to Ohio, and the ones already present in Ohio, everybody wants to lift up that trophy. The question remains the same. Who will lift up that trophy this year? The trophy last year went to Ohio, Texas, and will the trophy this year go to Colorado? Will it stay in Ohio? Is it going to Canada? Who is going to lift up that trophy? That is what Apex One seeks insight to get those teams to see how their preparedness is. With that, we have Joe, the NVT representative for Colorado veterans, here with us, and on the studio in Ohio, in Columbus, we have Ernest, Kanjo, and down in Dayton, co-hosted by my humble self, MC Leo. Joe, back into the field of play and into getting more a little bit about you guys. So let me, I don't know how I'm going to phrase this one. Explain how the preparation into the tournament. I know you've given us a lot of insight. When I talk of preparations, I'm not looking into the field this time. I'm looking at the logistics. I'm looking at a little bit few things like partnership. Do you guys have partnership with locals, international, that are able to catapult you into these places? I know you are going to fly in. It's not a short drive. It's not an easy time. So can you give us a little bit of insight of the background? How does the logistic play in the background, if you have any of that information for us?
Oh wow! I mean, it's been very hard. You know, we are, most people, when you say Colorado, they'll be like, man, where is Colorado? You know, but I would tell you, Colorado is not what you think. Colorado is better than what people might be thinking. But coming to the aspect of our preparedness, well, we just go through our community communities, and we solicit for support. And we do create like a event that we do fundraising. Well, before it was based on a few individuals and some of the team players that will support the team. That's why it's been a little bit difficult for us. But as we going forward and spreading Colorado veterans in the state, getting more people aware of it, they gradually coming to our aid. So for that, we don't have a sponsor. That's what we're working for. Maybe in the nearest future, we might be having more sponsors coming. But as of right now, it's just us, the players and our community that are supporting the team.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And again, it's the Colorado veterans that are here talking to Apex TV on how their logistics and preparedness into the 2025 NVT National Veterans Tournament, which is scheduled to kick off in 13 days down in Westchester, Ohio, the flight state of Ohio, where 47 teams are expected to lock horns and know down in Westchester. The old proverb says, when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. And we know Westchester is going to suffer. Joe, what for the community of Ohio, for the community of Westchester? What are they expecting from Colorado? Are you going to bring us some mountainous deers? I know out there you guys do a lot of hunting. What is expected of you guys? Are you just bringing us some good soccer, or you bringing your wives and kids, or you bringing a fan club that is going to animate the field and make the fans feel wow?
Well, my brother, Mr. Leo, I want to go ahead and just thank Apex Radio for this opportunity. And I just want to say, well, they say the taste of a pudding lies inside the bundle. You cannot tell from outside how how it looks inside. So coming to Ohio, we are coming well prepared. I mean, have you ever seen a moose? Have you seen an elk?
If not physically, maybe on TV.
Well, have you seen mountains? Because in Ohio, you have hills, not mountains.
Yeah, I've flown a little bit over Colorado, and I don't like flying. I used to be in Idaho, and I don't like flying over Colorado because the plane shakes you and you think that you're going to fall. So,
well, that tells you we are 1 mile above sea level. So that will tell you. So we'll be hoping that one day you come to Colorado and, clear your brain. What you've thought of Colorado is not what is rare in Colorado. Colorado is very much easygoing and very nice place to be. But what we bring in, we're going to bring a taste of football that everybody will enjoy. Rare veteran football.
We look forward to that. Ernest?
The taste of football, as the Colorado men will be dishing or serving the public of Ohio later this month when the 2025 edition of the National Veterans Tournament kicks off. The tournament begins on August the 21st this year, and the games will be played at 7850 Voice of America Park Drive, Westchester, Ohio 45069. So if you live in this state, or in Columbus, or in Dayton, or in Toledo, Cincinnati, Cleveland, or even in Canada and the neighboring states, and you would like to drive to Ohio, then from the 27th of this month, you should hit the road for Westchester, and The events will be taking place right down there in Dayton. And so, for the 7 teams, like Mr. Leo has said, will be taking part in this competition. Lots and lots of interesting items, including an Afro Heritage Night, which will take place on August the 29th, beginning as from 9 p.m. Free event, and Tata Kinge will be gracing the stage. The artist will be flown all the way from London to do that here in Ohio. Just like Lady Pons, Bikuti frontline artists who will be gracing the all-white party a day after the Afro Heritage Night. That will be on the 30th of August this year. Lots and lots of other exciting items or events that will be happening here in Ohio come late August this year. This is Apex One Radio. This is NVT Ball Rolling. MC Leo.
NVT Ball Rolling, so many activities. I know our brother Joe from Colorado has been giving us an insight, and we've been talking football. But we just want to let the public know it does not end at football. This National Veterans Tournament, it diversifies into everything. There's going to be a trading village where you will have a variety of things. There will be soya, there will be fish, there will be Cameroon style. I'm talking about beach style Cameroon fish, soya, and what have you. So if you are still thinking, I guess it's time to put your time off at work. You still have 2 weeks to do that, and converge down here in Westchester, Ohio, where the action will be taking place, not only for soccer, but to meet all those people that you haven't seen before, including activities like the white party, the welcome party, the goodbye party, and all of that. The weekend is loaded and pregnant. It's exactly 7:00 Eastern, and I want to think it is 5:00 out in Colorado, or 5:01 right now in Colorado. Again, it's your host MC Leo here in Dayton, in conjunction with Ernest Kanjo out for Apex One Radio. Mr. Joe, I think you've given us everything we needed to know. What are your final takes on this? Is there anything that you want to let's start with this? Is there any information that you want to converge to the NVT organization that you might think had not worked in the past? Suggestions that had not worked in the past, and you want to suggest to them? Maybe by the wish of luck, they might see this and be like, oh, that is actually a good idea, and it's coming from Colorado Veterans FC.
Well, I think, NVT was something planned that the old people should go there, see if it is in the house, we should be able to sit and we share one book together or palm wine, But when you have a child, you will not stay at the same stage. The child grows up, and growing up takes a lot of different turns. So NVT from the creation was for us to go relax. We network with each other. But looking at NVT today as compared to NVT, let's say 5 years ago, there has been a marvelous change. A change in the sense that, money has come into it. Instead of pushing the agenda of NVT forward, but is kind of individuality. You see teams. When I talk of individuality, I'm talking of teams. Teams will go out and, look for players. Why on the pitch they are playing? Some teams, they go around the scout. I know that's not, NVT really has nothing to do with that, but I will just put it here that we are the one that created this thing, and we should be the one to put an end to it. That, you cannot go with a team that is struggling to put his players together, and then you go and you say, "No, you are so good. Come, I'll pay you to come play in my team." Then making that team that brought that player to be deficient. So that's something that I would like to see it change. I don't know if NVT can do anything about that, but it's us involved in NVT that we can say, you know what? I might be talking, people will look at me and say, man, I'm having some how can I put it? I'm thinking with personality problem, but looking at it, it's for all of us. So I don't see a reason why I'll have, like, for example, if I have my team in Colorado, I struggle to put my players together. And then a team, let me even say Columbus, will come and see one of my players and say, you know what, I'll pay for your this, I'll do this, I'll pay you money to come play with me. Then that player leave my team and then he goes to that team, and then thereby I am short by one. Maybe I was counting on that player that much. So those are some of the things that some of the teams, they go through that, they might not bring in up, but giving this opportunity through Apex One Radio, I think the word should go out that we should build our community, not getting something somewhere to come build your community. You already have the resources in your community. Just build your community with the resources you have. That will make NVT even better, and it will make it real fun, because some people that might have registered in their team pay their registration, and then they are sidelined. They are grumpy. I mean, just for the both of you, if someone were to come and create his own Apex One Radio, and then Mr. Ernest is gone from Mr. Leo, how is Apex Radio going to function? So those are some of the things that I think if NVT cannot do it, but the various teams, we should be conscious of. And going forward, I think the NVT schedule maybe is too much game for 3 days. It should look like, I don't know, they might reduce the games. I don't know how they're going to do it, but you coming, being a veteran, for 3 days, you play 7 games. I don't see how that one works with your body.
As a veteran.
All right. That is understood. We got your story, Joe. Thank you so much for that. And we are soon running off this edition of the show. Very quickly, last question. Colorado is placed in Group 2 of the competition with, I guess, Houston, Maryland, and Oklahoma. Are you very comfortable with these placings, at least for the group stage of the competition?
Mr. Ernest. Well, if you ask me, am I very comfortable? What else do I have? Do I have another choice? No, you belong where you belong. Are you comfortable with Apex One Radio? So it is what it is. So we are happy. We are not complaining. Like we said, the ball is on the field. It's not by some miracle that if you don't prepare, then no miracle will save you. But when you prepare, everything will be in your favor.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
We heard that.
Everything will be in your favor. If they say opportunity meets preparedness, and then you can catapult to something successful.
Thank you.
We thank you very much again for coming. And I guess just one last question: what are the challenges that Colorado veterans are currently facing in order to make the 13 days to Ohio? Have you prepared? What I mean is, have you gotten your reservations for your hotels? Have you gotten your bus? And have you gotten your flights? And is everything aligned? Is everything aligned for you guys to show up in Ohio in less than 13 days?
Well, majority of it has been done. So our hotels, our flight. I mean, I don't think anybody that is buying a flight now is just, it means the person was not with us or was not prepared, unless we have like a guest that we're going to add. But other than that, our flight, our hotel have been reserved. So we're just waiting for the day to come. The only thing that we're still working on is when we get there, how do we go around?
Thank you.
Yeah. So what I was saying.
Well, I think
okay.
Thank you. I think Ernest shared the flyer for the hotel, car reservations, and all of that. And I hope, wish you guys the best. Thank you for being part of this. I wish you all the best, and we hope that the cup goes back to Colorado. Thank you for being here on Apex One Radio, sharing your story with us and telling us how prepared you are. It's a pleasure having you, and we hope to see you in Ohio, and we wish you the best. And again, Apex One Radio TV will be on Colorado to see how far you can go. Ernest?
Yes, thank you so much, Joe, for joining us on the show today. It was a pleasure. So we look forward to seeing you in Ohio with the rest of the men who make the Colorado side tick. It was a pleasure having you, sir.
All right, thank you, and go Apex One Radio. Now talk for all man.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do have a fantastic rest of their day. Thank you so much. Right. And so, Mr. Leo, thank you as well. It's another beautiful day. We are looking forward to the competition. Just before you go away, Mr. Leo, I know Cindy and Cleveland. Yeah, those are the Ohio teams which we had the privilege to cover during the NVT. How are those teams doing?
For Cleveland, I don't know a little bit. I don't know much about them, but I think the Cindy team has been putting every logistic together. They have been putting their players together, and I think, we are not. I'm not here to talk for them, but I would tell you that they are preparing at a scale of. I would say right now they are at a scale of 95, almost 99, 98%, gearing up with the players and the team chemistry, preparedness. And I think they will put up a way better show than they did at the MVT or they have done in the previous NVTs. The preparation is gearing up, and the players, the coach, the representative, the president, everybody, the members are all in support, and they are taking advantage of NVT coming close to home. So I think they will have a big fan base that is going to be there to cheer them up, and they have to show up their skills. And this might only be that one of that opportunities that you don't want to regret. So you put in your best, and like Joe said, born for fee until the ref blows the final whistle. it is not over until it is over, you know. So yes, so that is the level of preparedness, I think. But for
Beautiful.
Cleveland, sure.
Just before we run off, finally, Mr. Leo, I think when we celebrate, we should celebrate everything. We have a veteran wife who is celebrating some big achievement today. So Dr. Finjap Eme is the wife of Finjap Evaris Capo, we call him Capo, President Emeritus of Columbus Veterans. And so she has gotten to the top of the ladder of academics, grabbing a PhD in nursing. So Dr. Eme Finjap will be celebrated tonight at the Trio Events Center in Columbus, Ohio. Is going to be a big event. As veterans, they always celebrate, great moments in the community. And so tonight it happens to be the celebration of a veteran's wife. So congratulations, Dr. Eme Finjap. A doctorate degree is not chocolate. It's not.
That's right.
Not a walk in the park. It is hard work, and it is a hard-earned academic achievement. We want to use this golden opportunity to say congratulations, Dr. Eme. We'll be there tonight to pop the champagne and, of course, to celebrate with you. Well, Mr. Leo, it is on that wonderful and joyful note that we are wrapping up this edition of NVT Ball Rolling. And I guess it's a weekend. You will probably jump out there and catch some fun in Dayton.
That is what we'll try to do. And if possible, maybe I'll make it up to Columbus now that, it's a big party coming up. And congratulations again, Doctor. Like you said, going to school. And it's a veteran's wife. You know what that means. It means she had various duties to take care of and still make it to the top of the ladder for the academics. Congratulations. And thank you, Ernest, for having me. Wish you the best. And as thank you, viewers, for following up with us. And we will bring you another edition as the time goes closer. And again, if you are still thinking of coming to Ohio, it's a little bit late, and you should get on your cars, make your reservations, and in 13 days, the fiesta will begin.
That's a wrap for today's edition of the NVT series, your exclusive look into the heart of veterans soccer, right here on Apex One Radio. We've met the players, explored the passion, and witnessed the spirit behind the game. As we march closer to kickoff, the energy only gets stronger, and we'll be right here bringing you every step of the journey. Catch the next episode for more club features, inside stories, and game time build-up. Until then, stay tuned, stay hyped, and as always, let the game play on.